The Electoral Commission has announced that a total of 18,774,159 eligible registered voters are expected to partake in the upcoming December 7th election. With barely 25 days to the election, the Electoral Commission says the participants include those on the biometric register, special voters, and individuals without biometric data. This was contained in the EC's summary of the Certified 2024 Voters Register signed by the Deputy Chairman of Operations, Samuel Tete. According to the EC statistics, 18,640,811 voters have biometric data, while special voters number 131,478. Additionally, there are 1,870 voters on the roll without biometric data. The figure reflects an increase of 1,746,518 voters compared to the 2020 elections, when the total number of registered voters was 17,027,641. Eligible Ghanaian voters will go to the polls to elect a president and 275 members of parliament on December 7, 2024. Meanwhile, the Electoral Commission has decided to keep the positions on the presidential ballot paper unchanged, despite the disqualification of the Ghana Freedom Party candidate. In an emergency meeting with political parties in Accra on Tuesday, the EC announced that Mr. Philip Akua Donkor, also known as Roman Father, had been disqualified due to errors and illegalities in its nomination forms. The EC had previously suspended the printing of the presidential ballot papers following the death of Madam Akua Donkor, the GFP's presidential candidate, on October 28, 2024. Addressing the representatives of the political parties on Tuesday, Mrs. Jean Mensah, chairperson at the EC, said the disqualification of Mr. Akua Donkor was warranted by some errors and illegalities found in his nomination forms. Mrs. Mensah said the name, image and party logo of Madam Akua Donkor will be maintained on the ballot paper, but any vote for the deceased candidate will be annulled. The EC said printing of the presidential ballot papers was about 90% complete, and therefore printing would resume immediately.
The Commission received notice of the home call of Madam Akua Donkor the 29th of October 2024. Per Article 54 of the 1992 Constitution and Regulation 13.4 of CI 127, the Commission wrote to the Ghana Freedom Party and provided them a period of 10 days within which to file a new candidate. Article 50 of the 4 of the 1992 Constitution reads, where at the close of nominations but before the election, one of the candidates dies, a further period of 10 days shall be allowed for nomination. In that respect, the Commission wrote to the Ghana Freedom Party and asked them to present a new candidate within 10 days. In fulfillment of that request, the Ghana Freedom Party presented Mr. Akua Donkor, who was before then the vice presidential candidate, to Madam Akua Donkor. The party presented him as the presidential candidate of the Ghana Freedom Party. He and the party went on to submit their nomination forms on the 5th of November, and our technical teams went to work immediately reviewing the nomination forms. At the end of the process, they detected a number of errors and some illegalities with the form. The candidate's attention was drawn to these errors, and the party was provided an opportunity to correct them.